But here's what's happening with the Boy Scouts. They've now released a new merit badge entitled Citizenship in Society. Now, the citizenship in is not new to the Boy Scouts. They have a citizenship in the world, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the community. But this new citizenship in the society is focused around ethical reasoning. And although it doesn't say it explicitly, largely based in critical race theory, talking about how there is a notable lack of conversation in race, gender, white privilege, and oppression. And it dictates a critical race theory framework.
The citizenship in the nation and community and world, when I was going through Boy Scouts, those are Eagle required badges, and I got them. And they were great merit badges. They teach you about how government works. They teach you about how bills get passed. They teach you how to get involved in local politics. They teach you how world economy kind of works in the community in the world. They're great. Citizenship in the world. They're great. They're great merit badges. I implore anyone who's just maybe even a normal person to read just even the pamphlets for them, because they're actually they're good for your kids. I mean, at least they used to be. I don't know exactly how they changed them now, but this new community or citizenship in the society is all just woke pandering. I mean, it's woke pandering to the highest degree, and it's always shrouded. All these things, you'll see any organization, like Google or Facebook or Boy Scouts or some movie company or the government, they will always say, no, this isn't political. This is about making a safe space for all sorts of diverse political opinions or for all sorts of people of any different background or whatever. It's like, that's not what you're doing. You are not doing that. You are pushing a woke agenda. These new merit badge, the things that they're focusing on in the parent handbook are literally from the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a cancerous organization. And then you have things about, indigenous people being queer and stuff like that. It's so dumb. It's so... There's so much dumb stuff today that we have to talk about. It's just so much... Oh, geez. And it's... The Boy Scouts, for one, when it comes to Native Americans and Indians and all that, the Boy Scouts have had a long history of working with Native Americans. Okay, if you're familiar with the Boy Scouts, you'll know the Order of the Arrow. Oh, I was a member of the Order of the Arrow, and it's kind of like an elevated, almost not club that you get into, but another program within the Boy Scouts that you can get into if you're doing well as a Boy Scout while you're still in your teens. And it's like that is heavily influenced by Indian Native American culture. I mean, they go hand in hand. There's a lot of stuff with that. There's a lot of stuff within the Boy Scouts. To think that the Boy Scouts or young boys going in need some sort of lesson about Native American culture when so much of the Boy Scouts is focused on that already and has a high reverence for that culture is just vile. I mean, it's only to brainwash people into their woke mob. You have taken everything that makes the Boy Scouts, leadership, masculinity, becoming a man, how to work in a community, how to help people. All these different things, you are destroying them for sacrificing it for a woke agenda.
And if you're thinking, well, I just looked into this citizenship in the society merit badge, and I don't see anything about critical race theory in it, let's take a deep dive and give some context around how critical race theory is involved in this new merit badge. Now, what they do is they say that this merit badge is technically subjective to the person who is leading that particular group of Boy Scouts. So they get to sort of lead the conversation around it. However, if you need resources for dictating how this merit badge is presented to the children, they have a resource called All of My Relations. It's a podcast, and they have episodes featuring decolonizing sex, celebrating indigenous peoples, not Columbus, and indigiqueer. Flag folding is last year. This is now going to focus on Native Americans, the LGBTQ experience, and sexual experiences for not just young boys, because if we remember, the Boy Scouts now allows girls, which is
I had a friend
even better.
Last night, actually. I won't reveal where, but went to a Boy Scout event actually in another city, not in California, but in another city. And the keynote speaker at this event was a woman. It was a girl. It was a girl scout. I mean, not a Girl Scout. It was a girl Boy Scout. It's really disappointing. Okay, I have nothing against women. All right, I love women.
We have Girl Scouts.
Well, not even that. I don't care if you have the Girl Scouts. This is the Boy Scouts. You can go start your own different club. If you don't like the Girl Scouts, fine. Some people say Girl Scouts is not great and that's why they want to join the Boy Scouts. I get that. Go start something new. Just don't ruin the Boy Scouts, okay? It's about creating young men, young American men. It's Boy Scouts of America, BSA, creating young men who hold American values true. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And now you have to say morally woke and then mentally straight.
You go.
That's what they want it to be. They want to change everything that the Boy Scouts is actually about. It's disgusting.
And they're not going to tell you this up front. I want to point out this last thing that the article stipulates. Here's the quote. Under one of the answers on the FAQ page of this Boy Scouts merit badge, there is a line that says, quote, use only if pressed, reactive only, before listing ways in which the organization is promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, including offering diversity and inclusion training for BSA employees and volunteers, and reviewing property names, events, and insignia in partnership with local councils to ensure that symbols of oppression are not in use today or in the future. So essentially, these BSA employees, the person leading your Boy Scout troop, is not going to tell you anything about diversity, inclusion, or inclusion, only if pressed.
I forget what it's called. If you guys are in the Boy Scouts or know anything about it's testing my memory. But there's already training for adults within the Boy Scouts. It's called like wood badge, something like that. I forget what it's called, but there is a training for adults in the Boy Scouts, and it's great. And I think you can get the silver beaver. I think that's what it is. I could be off right now. It's been a while since I've been in the Boy Scouts, but there is already training for leadership and how to talk to young boys and all this kind of stuff that is already ingrained into the Boy Scouts. We don't need more. What we need is going back to traditionalism, okay? We need to go back to tradition. We need to go back to what Lord Baden-Powell said and all about the Boy Scouts and why he founded that organization in the first place.